And when they cry, I want you to smile. For me, just smile. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with Higurashi, When They Cry. The next tip. Tip, 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 tiptoe, 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 tippy-toe. So in the last tip, we had a little bit of history on like the protest that happened during the dam project, I guess, like that. During the that's a bit high. During the dam project, we've had a little bit of the context for the protest and the oh, that's gonna be a meme. It's not. It might be a recurring theme though. Ooh. But yeah, so let's see what the next tip has in store. The final tip that we have left, which is the special tabloid report. I'm assuming that's even more information. Actually, we've already had information, so I'm assuming this is about... I'm not sure actually, which is why I'm just going to click on it. I'm not sure actually, because it could just be the same as it could be saying this. Oh no. Nightmare. Maybe it's like the atrocities that they committed. You know, because there was obviously the whole thing of like, oh, they committed so many atrocities due to our protest. Maybe that's what's going on here. Nightmare, the falls, the Hinamizawa Dam, lynching. No, it's actually about the murder. Lynching and murder / dismemberment. On X day of X month in XX Prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction work site in Shishibone City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder / dismemberment. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam? Who knows? They probably didn't mean to kill him at first, but as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated. No. They most certainly did mean to kill him, alright? You don't cut somebody up into pieces and be like, oh yeah, we didn't mean to, unless it's like the stabbing of Caesar, where like it's like everyone takes a limb. It's like, okay, cool, now we don't know who actually killed him, if that's what's going on here. And it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody could have mistaken as alive. XX son had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first, it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself in to the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, XX, who suggested hiding the body, okay? Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people exactly. It's a secret that nobody shall ever know. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared that the conscience of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear them. Yeah, real talk. If we murder someone together, I'd be like, whatever, bro. Like after it's already done, I'm like, okay, where are we hiding the body? Like, yeah, you have to worry about me. There's no Hitman story here where like like one of the 6 comes back and like kills the other. That's not gonna happen with me. It's gonna be like, yeah, bro, hey, we've done it now. Can't be taken back. What's for lunch? Like, straight up, like, what's for lunch? But the de facto leader feared that the conscience of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. Split the body into different parts? He devised a heinous method of splitting up the body amongst them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. XX had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. So now obviously the questions are, who are the perpetrators? Who? Each one participated. But what does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. XX had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound was what it meant. Thus, an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. Damn. Pussies. There was one person who stubbornly refused, with XX threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ends up dead, and he gave up on his objections. That's it. That's like the classical, the typical Hitman style. Where like, okay, 6 people did it, one person comes back in like the future to kill all of them. It's like that kind of stuff. It's like, bruh, come on now, come on now, come on now, like, bruh, come on now. Like, there's no point in that. Come on now, really now, come on now. But XX's plan collapsed in the span of one night. XX, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle and confessed. That's the person that's confessed. Yeah. XXX, not XX. And the criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader XX's whereabouts are still unknown. Okay. It's the photographer. I don't know. That's like the only person I can think of, honestly. He didn't really scream like leader vibes to me though. But I don't know who else. Maybe the father. Ooh. Also, actually, no, they just haven't found the person. It's not like they don't know who it is. The father's still getting work, so clearly people know who he is. The photographer, we have no one else that recognized him. So it could be him. Also, the right arm, hidden by XX, has yet to be found. But it wouldn't be him, because he actually brought up the arm, so he wouldn't do that if he was XX, so I don't know. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. They know who he is, which means it's somebody that hasn't been around other people, if that makes sense. That we've not seen around other people, because people know who the criminal is. Obviously, tourists is just XX, but like they know who he is. The law enforcement knows who he is, so it's not somebody that can just like go around in the open. It's somebody that's hidden. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had said he was going to throw the body / right arm into the marsh. XX's car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there were no clues to his whereabouts. XX didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. I mean, that would be a 10,000 IQ move. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the station, there are rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. No, most certainly not. To the locals, that marsh is believed to be bottomless. It is known as Onikakushi, the Ogre's Abyss. The Ogre's Abyss, interesting. And it's said that the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell that was XX. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the marsh? Okay then, newspaper, tabloid. The Jing Dragon, bring off looking for... Is he like reading horoscope now? Prosperous future, of course he is. Ladies leaping into your arms. They do it already anyway. Business success. That's already going good. Promotions. I don't need to be promoted. I'm already the boss. Ambition. My ambitions are endless. I want to rule the world. I want to be at the top of the world. Make all the peasants below me, and basically everyone else that's not me, bow down to me. Simple. Nothing too complicated. Nothing too elaborate. And nothing too ambitious. Just basic things, basically. Protection from harm. There is no harm that could hurt me. Because I'm above even the concept of harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed all your money back. Jian Dragon Bracelet DX 1 piece. Okay. 27,800 yen. Okay. Cool. 200. Who's gonna waste that kind of money on a bracelet? Well, on a bracelet that... Alright, let me rephrase that, right? Let me rephrase that here before we end, because it's clear, it's important that I rephrase that. Who's gonna waste that kind of money on a bracelet, right? That's only feature. It's not its looks. It's not, you know, oh, it's covered in gold or lace and silver or sprinkled with diamonds or rubies are embedded on it. It's nothing like, there's no nonsense like that. It brings you fortune. Like, really now? Come on, yeah. It's like granted, there's always people that would buy shit like that because just for stupid reasons like that. Oh, it's a lucky charm. I'll waste $278, roughly the equivalent, I guess. I don't even live in America, so I don't know why I'm going dollars, but like, large majority of my audience is either from America or from Japan, so I guess, 27,800 yen, or $280, there you go. Who would waste that kind of money on like, oh, it's a lucky charm? Like, Lucky Charms, if it's like, for me, £5, anything above £5, I'm like, nah, son, I'm not wasting my money on like a lucky charm like that. I got better things to waste my money on. But then again, there are always people that will invest into lucky charms like that, regardless of the price. I mean, if you have billions, I guess you can spend it even then. Billionaires are smart with their money. They get to be billionaires if they weren't smart with their money. They're not like peasants. Yeah, peasants. Pesante. Anyway, though, ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned in this one? Well, first of all, what I find very, very strange is, if you look at it, this tablet report, it looks like that. Like the thumbnail for the tip looks like that, but all it was basically just the exact same thing as the damn side dismemberment. You know, it literally was the exact same thing. Yeah. We're arrested. Okay. The main offense here, it says XXX. It was just XX, I guess. And then basically just get the same information, but this one is from like a reputable source, whereas the other one was a tabloid, so a less reputable source, of course. That's it, right? Yeah, it's literally just that. So this one is a little bit longer. It's a tabloid though, so I'm assuming we're supposed to like take this with like with a lot more grains. Not to take it as literal as it was, whereas this one is a newspaper edition. I mean, tabloids are newspapers, I guess, but I'm assuming this one is like a much more established / straight to the fact kind of newspapers, whereas this one obviously had a lot of speculation. Oh, like, could he have gone down to hell? Oh my, sensationalization, damn. I just made it, sensationalization. Ooh, that sounds fancy, but that's not what the word is. But this one is a lot more, editorial, a lot more opinionated as well, and a lot more just speculative, which is obviously not really what you want to go on. Clearly, the big thing, with all of these, with the last three, basically, the big thing is the murder mystery. We've seen that come into the story quite a bit now, with obviously, I say obviously so much, but oh well, with obviously, Keiichi, his main like focus for the last 40 minutes of gameplay or so, coming from him wanting to find the newspaper, or him wanting to find more information about the killing, asking Mion, who obviously didn't say anything at all, he was trying to get answers, but he just didn't get any. Basically, that's what happened. He basically didn't get any answers, and that's why he was so damn curious. Ultimately, but because of the focus on it, I'm like 99% sure that it's gonna be the theme, the mystery that's gonna be surrounding us. Because already, it's been a huge mystery. We've already had tips on it. We probably will have more tips on it. Now the main question is obviously who was it that did it. Now that I actually think about it, the very first scene that we had where we just like had a black screen and just heard some like hacking noises probably was them chopping up the body. That when you really think about it, that probably was what it was, like the thing that happened before the main story, which is obviously before the main story. We heard, I can't say we saw, but we heard a body being cut up. So I'm assuming that was the dismemberment that we heard in the very first scene. But we'll see obviously where the story progresses to next, where we're going to next, and what's gonna happen next. But so far, interested. But so far, I want to learn more too. So we'll see what happens next. We'll see then. Until next time, everybody, have a nice day. Peace out and bye. Hey everybody, if you liked this video, please be sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, be sure to check out Patreon to get 1 week early access as well as full length. Until next time everybody, peace out and have a nice day.